Hi, and welcome to the Garden Fix. I'm Rob, and I'm in Zone 6B, Western Pennsylvania. Well, it's been a while since we had a video here on the Garden Fix, and we've been doing a lot of things. We did plant over 100 bulbs last week. Kristen and I were out there, and I want to share with you the bulbs we did plant for next year. But before we do that, I do want to remind you guys to please subscribe. I think it's over 90% of the views that we get are from people who are not subscribers. So if you are a subscriber, please hit that notification bell. And if you aren't a subscriber, please subscribe. Also, if you like gardening t-shirts, you can always support our channel by ordering one of the new the Garden Fix t-shirts that we have. I'll see you in the garden, and you should be able to see the link at the bottom of the video here. That would really help if you want to support us. So anyway, let's talk about what's going on in the garden. So we have a lot of interesting things happening right now. We are in the process of putting in 2 side gardens along our house, and we are also in the process of doing the entire front of our property. Now, that would make the entire property a garden space, and that's exactly what I want, because right now we have, as you are probably aware of, the back garden is our main flower garden, and we have a fence that keeps deer out. Now, recently I did put cardboard down over the grass on the side gardens and mulch that, and we are starting to plant that up, and that's going to extend to the front, and I can't wait. I just want to make the entire property be just a gorgeous garden space area that people can enjoy when they walk by, drive by, if they come and visit. It's really my goal to make this a really memorable place when you see it. A couple quick things to remember: if you're planting bulbs, try to plant the bulbs with the point up, and the larger the bulb, the deeper it is. For the most part, if you have tulips, hyacinths, lilies, daffodils, larger alliums, those are about 6 inches deep, and the smaller the bulbs, like crocus or small alliums or grape hyacinths, about 2 to 4 inches deep. One of the things that we tried to do this year is we tried to make sure that we didn't get everything blooming at the same time of spring. We have some things that are early bloomers, mid to late bloomers, and even late bloomers into summer. So that way you can make your colorful tulip and daffodil season last. So in the 2 side spaces, we did put some new daffodils in, and those were white Narcissus Triandrus Thalia daffodil flower bulbs. They're all white. And these daffodils are interesting because each stem has about 3 or 4 flowers on it, and they get anywhere from 1 to 2 feet tall. So those daffodils should look really nice standing out in spring, bright white on the sides here. So another bulb that we planted in the deer-resistant zone was called the Original Poet's Daffodil. So this is another white daffodil, but the cup inside is beautiful. It has a yellow cup with orange and green in the center. So that's a really kind of a unique little eye that's in the center of this daffodil. This plant also gets to be about 1 foot to 1.5 feet tall, and I can't wait to see that one. It's going to stand out. That little center is going to really pop like an eyeball. So the rest of these bulbs went into the back garden, and I'll try to go slow for you if you want to take some notes on some of these particular ones you might want to get yourself. So the first one that we planted back there is a pipit daffodil. So it has kind of a lemony yellow petal, but the center is white, and it gets about 1.5 feet tall, and it's hardy in zones 3 through 9. A nice big flower on this, and it should really stand out. So we did plant a lily back there as well, and these lily bulbs were about the size of my fist. We got 3 of them that came in a package, and that was the Pretty Woman lily tree lily bulbs. And these lilies can grow up to 8 feet tall. So thus the name lily tree. I don't know if any of you have lily trees out there. I would love to hear about it, because this is a new experiment for us. And we planted those not on a border, but definitely inside, so they will come up and rise up above the other flowers. Now, they aren't supposed to be 8 feet tall in its first year. They slowly get that height. So in the first year, they may be 3 to 4 feet tall, and then 5 to 6 feet tall in the second year, and so on. So that's going to be really exciting. We have, like I said, 3 of them that are real near each other in a little triangle, and that should be really impressive. So there was another lily that we planted as well, and that was called Manitoba Morning Turk's Cap lily. And this lily has a lot of blooms on it. In fact, it has up to 20 blooms on each stem. This is a midsummer bloomer, and the flowers are pretty cool on this. They have pink flowers with purple little speckles on the bottom. So this should be pretty dazzling when you start to see this one in full bloom with all of those flowers on the stem going at once. Next up is one that I am really excited about. Kristen ordered this one without me knowing about it, and when it came and we started talking about it, I am so excited about it. It is an allium, and I know you're like, oh, alliums, who's excited about alliums? I mean, they're beautiful, but come on. But this one is a little different. This one is called a Schuberti allium, and this particular allium looks like somebody who just got electrocuted. Their hair is just standing on edge. So it has a bulb in the middle, and it has these little spires that are shooting out from it. And these spires can get up to 12 inches long. And so it came in a package of 3. So we have 3 of them. Hopefully they'll multiply, but they will get up to 18 inches tall. And with these giant electrified allium heads at the top, which are going to be pretty amazing to see. I can't wait to see those. So I know you're probably waiting to hear about the tulips that we ordered and planted, but we did put in some crocus, and these crocus were yellow mammoth crocus. They are larger than your regular crocus, and they get about 8 inches tall, and they have a larger bloom size, so they should really jump and pop when those come out, and that's always a wonderful sign of spring whenever you see your crocus coming up, so that's going to be pretty cool. All right, let's start talking about the tulips. So the first one I want to talk about is apricot parrot tulip that we got. So this tulip, when it opens, has ruffled petals, and it also has kind of like an apricot mix of a color in it. So it's a little bit of a swirl, and it's really going to be pretty interesting to see these guys come alive. The next tulip I want to talk about are white triumphator tulips that we put in. And one of the cool things about this one is that they open in the daytime and they close in the evening. And these are white tulips, of course. These grow to a height of about 20 inches, and they are late bloomers. So I am a huge fan of double tulips. I just think they are beautiful. They are probably my favorite flower when they're blooming. It's hard to beat them. And so the next one that I'm going to tell you about that we put in is a double tulip, and it is called Appledorn. I think it's called Appledorn. So it has 1 P in it. It could be Appledorn, but I'm going to pronounce it Appledorn. This tulip has shades of orange and yellow and peach in it, and it is just beautiful from the pictures. I can't wait to see this come up and flower, and with all of those petals, it's going to be beautiful. It is a late spring bloomer. It also gets 18 to 24 inches tall, so up to 2 feet, so it's going to be nice and tall and standing proud. The next one is a kind of a little dainty little guy, and it's called a lilac wonder tulip. This tulip opens all the way up, and when it does, it has a kind of a pink lavender outer side, and in the center, it is kind of like a bold yellow. So imagine that opening completely, so you see that facing the sun, and what a joy that will be with all those bright colors. The flowers on this are 2 inches. It is a small little tulip. It only gets about 6 inches tall. So it kind of reminds me of a crocus in a way, but definitely a fancy one at that. So there's only 2 more tulips that I want to tell you about that we put in. The first one is called Diamond Sugar. Diamond Sugar is a big white tulip. It gets 20 to 24 inches in height, and the tulip petals are enormous, and it is going to look like snow. These will flower from mid-spring to late spring, and bring a lot of smiles to our faces, I think. And finally, the last one is called Sensual Touch. And Sensual Touch is another big tulip. It has big petals that are ruffled, just like the Diamond Sugar one. This gets also 20 to 24 inches in height. And the petals on this are orangish pink. So it's a little bit of orange, a little bit of pink, and that should be just enough color to make people go, wow. All right, there you go. So all those are in, and Kristen and I are very excited about spring. We're trying to be patient and get through this winter. There's a lot to do in our garden yet. We are going to be mulching pretty much the whole garden area, and we've been looking for deals. We have been putting in things there. There are some nurseries that are still open. I don't know about where you are, but here in Pennsylvania, there's still some open. We stopped into one recently. We came home with like 6 plants that were 50% off, and we were really happy about that. So keep your eye out for those things. Never stop looking, and never stop thinking ahead when you're planning your garden. All right, guys, I'll say it one more time. Please like, please subscribe, please comment, please hit the notification bell. And if you want to buy a shirt, it comes in lots of different colors. Pink looks really nice. And until next time, I'll see you in the garden. There's also another lily that we planted, and that was called Manitoba Morning Turks. So there was also another lily that we planted, and this was called Manitoba, and that was called Manitoba Morning Lily. So there was also another lily that we planted, and that was called Manitoba.